Hey guys, it's Mathel here once again, and today I have somewhat of an update of my previous character that I played, which was the low-life Essence Drain. Now I wanted to mess around with Essence Drain again this league thanks to the new Ascendancies, and in particular the Scion Ascendancies, Occultist and Deadeye. So to do that, I figured low life was probably still the best bet since it's a very strong way of building Essence Drain, and also since it's actually pretty cheap to do these days. So with the update, we now have Deadeye, Occultist, and one other change, which is also a Consuming Dark. The main differences between the character last time and this time are those three changes I listed. What happens with Deadeye is you get 50% Proj Pierce for your Essence Drain, 20% Proj Speed so it travels faster, 30% increased damage as they travel further, so it'll do more as it travels further, and fires an additional projectile, so it now shoots two instead of just the one, which they're all just large quality of life buffs, especially when we also use the Pierce gem, because it now has a more damage multiplier, basically replacing slower projectiles from before, meaning we now have 100% chance to pierce and two projectiles. Now this makes landing the Essence Drain much easier and much just quicker for overall clear speed, and makes it a less clunkier skill to play because it's not as hard to aim. On top of that, we have the Occultist, which is just a nice buff to everything. Bit of energy shield, bit of regen, minus 15% to chaos resistance for enemies that are cursed. Now when we have blasphemy up, that means it'll pretty much always be up except for things particularly far away from you. On top of that, you also get a bit of damage if you've killed a cursed enemy. Now the other change is of course a Consuming Dark. Previously I was using something like a Red Beak, which is 100% increased damage. Now we're using a Consuming Dark, which gives 53% spell damage up to 60, so in total 40% less, but also grants your chaos damage poisons enemies. So that means every single time Essence Drain hits, that initial hit will poison an enemy. So instead of just hitting something once, for a boss just once and waiting for the damage to do over time, you sit here and you hit him over and over again, stacking poison, which increases your single target dramatically. So here I am just showing off a regular Etziri run, which I've been doing since level 68 quite smoothly. The addition of poison from your dagger, Consuming Dark, really does amp up your single target on any of these boss fights and any hard boss fights in higher tier maps quite substantially, and makes the single target just a lot better than it used to be. So now the build has good AoE and good single target. Now, as you can see, the PS is doing quite a lot of work in essence draining many monsters rather than just one that you would initially hit in front of you. That also makes targeting totems like these cannot die totems extremely just easier than ever before. So playing this character is much nicer than it was in the previous iteration without any of these ascendancies and without a PS gem. As well as that, the second proj just makes things a lot smoother because you're hitting way more targets, especially with that 100% chance to pierce. So as you can see over here, boss DPS is pretty decent when you get things right, and that one went down straight away. Usually I've been able to kill both Vals before they even go down. This was kind of the worst case scenario I had, but still pretty comfortable for a normal Etziri run on a 4-link. In the current version, as you're seeing here, I was using a 4-link Vertex, just because my shavs wasn't really linked up too well, so 4-link on the Vertex gives you +1 gems, it's a cheap helm, it gives you plenty of ES, and it's good on mana cost. And the 4-link will pretty much take you straight to wherever you want to go, all the way up to endgame maps, but of course a 5 or a 6-link shavs will be more DPS. Now I am currently also using a faster casting in the shavs once I got my links up, and that's just because it helps quite nicely for your single target poison stacking. So, long story short, the character is pretty much the same as it was last time, but much more fun to play because of the Pierce and because of the single target being dramatically increased. You'll see what I'm talking about in future videos, or if you join the stream sometime tomorrow, because I have been taking on quite a lot of tough bosses and high-end maps and coming out really quickly with some super nice boss kills. But besides that, you can see that the trio is just about to melt away any second now once we get there. The only real problem with the build is being able to, or having to hug things quite closely to get your blasphemies up. That's the only real danger to the build at this stage. And at this stage, I would also say that I will probably be able to do Uber with the build once I get a bit more damage and, higher levels, finish off my gem levels and all of that. I feel like the damage potential, the survivability, and the playstyle is there for an Uber clear. It might not be the cheapest Uber build in the long run, especially not this low life version, but it's certainly going to be a strong option for the high-end maps and Uber Itsiri. As we all know, chaos damage is severely just overpowered, I suppose you would say, when it comes to running every single map mod right now. And so I will be trying to push the character into low 90s and potential Uber viability, just to see what it can do, and it's quite fun to play. As I've mentioned several times before and made a video about, if it looks a bit boring to you and you're not quite convinced, I do urge you to try the skill out yourself. In a build like this, you might surprise yourself. So look out for more videos about this in the future. Thanks for watching today, and see you guys next time.